including Eldove.
Well, Eldove's already on there.
Well, no, we need two.
There's
Eldoves
another
now.
one, because every time I load a new map, it's going to duplicate everything again. So these ones here just will use, and then I will not have them persist, because that was a bad idea. So Zook comes back down the dumbwaiter. Back in the kitchen, and Eldove's playing around with the stove, poking bread in. Tarin is off in one corner, hunkered down, taking a rest. So, the next question is, are we going to allow Tarin to complete a rest?
I don't see why not.
Does Tarin indicate the thing that he was saying that I didn't hear, but I know about?
Yeah.
We'll dimension door us all in.
Yeah,
there?
I can talk. It's
All right.
not like I'm
Okay.
So everybody who is inclined to do so,
Where'd my standy go?
Oh.
there it is. Does anybody instead of resting stay alert and stay watching all the exits and all the areas?
Zook,
Yeah, I do.
Stay on alert.
I'll say I do.
I'm
Since I'm not going to get any benefit.
Take
This
that door?
exit.
Okay. I'm fine. If one person stays alert, I'll be through the rest. That person doesn't get the benefit of the rest, but you guys won't be surprised if you're ambushed or whatever.
Well,
I'm actually going to do a couple
things.
things
Okay.
with my time. I'm going to set an alarm here to begin with. And then I'm going to spend the last 20 minutes of the rest.
Now, the
first,
alarm, does that have to attach itself to something, or can you just put it on a point in space? Do you have to cast it on
can
the
be
surface?
on just a point in space.
Okay, so
A door, a window, or an area. So it's just an area.
an area. So I'm going to draw me the area where you alarm. So on the other side of the secret door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Because Orphan can't see it.
gotcha.
And
Do I even-
then,
Do I even need to be watching if you've got that space area or alarmed?
do you have anything better to do?
I could spend a hit dice. I took a little bit of acid damage.
I mean, if something pops in afterwards, we might be fucked. But I don't. I mean, you could spend the hit dice.
I'll keep guard then.
Khalil will remain vigilant during the rest
You,
because he hasn't lost much. of
Everybody
the
who is not
resources.
remaining vigilant can take the benefit of the short rests. Everybody who lets their guard down can take the short rests.
And then the 20 minutes beforehand, before the rest ends, I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages, which lasts for an hour.
Okay.
So that'll run out 40 minutes after the rest, and then, or rather 50, because it. And then the last 10 minutes, I'm going to cast Rari's Telepathic Bond. So for an hour, we'll be able to talk to each other through our minds.
Okay.
Is that everyone you can see? So is that Zook as well?
It's everyone I
Wait,
can
is Zook
see.
here?
Yeah, Zook
Yeah,
came back.
Zook's here.
Zook
Zook came back.
You're missing Fred again.
Oh.
It's
For
everyone
advantage.
within 30 feet.
Okay.
So, and and it's possible over any distance, but it can't cross planes. So if
Right,
we
and
go through a
that's-
plane thing, we won't be able to talk to each other.
Well, that's
I'll
a good
spawn
way to
Fred
never go
in
through a
if the
thing.
placement is necessary, but there's a lot
Okay.
of maps here, so the hour passes uneventfully. Everybody who rested can spend hit dice or get their charges back or whatever they need to do. And what's next?
All right, so Zook, it's 20 feet up, right?
Well, that's what the rope length was. But in Brick, could I tell if I passed through a thing?
What do you mean,
portal?
thing?
A portal.
You didn't feel like you passed through anything. It felt like you were going up a dumbwaiter shaft.
Okay, so as far as I know, it's 20 feet up, but it could also be through a portal for all I know.
Okay, I'm going to spend 10 minutes to cast Clairvoyance and create a scrying sensor for visual 25 feet above the entrance to the dumbwaiter.
And when you try to send the magic up the dumbwaiter shaft, it fizzles out.
So it is
About 10 or 12 feet above your head, the plane where you can no longer see up, you feel your magic unable to pass through that point, and it dissipates.
Well, from everything that we heard from Khalil, it sounded like we have to get up there somehow, but Zook's the only one who can get up there.
Well, the rest of you could go up the shaft. It just would not be pleasant. It would be very uncomfortable, and it might be a little painful. You could squeeze your way up that shaft. Zook was the only one who could get up without having to actually squeeze and shoulder his way up.
I see. Okay.
Zook can ride the basket. The rest of you would have to actually climb up and trudge, in other words.
Have we determined what's behind this door?
Nope.
No.
No, not
Nope.
yet.
We have no idea.
Frankly, that's what I was hoping I would find.
But it sounds like Zook has found the right way.
I found a way, but there was no exits from that. I mean, I found a throne room, but no one's sitting on it. There wasn't any other doors.
Some sort of stairway that goes through the right kind of door?
There is a stairway. That the only thing I was thinking is maybe it's illusioned or magic some way that we can puzzle it out. That stairway, but it looked like it went on forever from where I was at.
It just seemed to me that we have a door that we'd have to pass through scorching dragon fire for. We have a door that we'd have to swim through a lake of some kind of acid for. Or we have a door that we'd have to somehow shimmy up a dumbwaiter shaft for. And of those three, my vote is
The
for
fire
dumbwaiter
sounds the
shaft.
best.
Says the woman not wearing heavy armor. Yeah, you're right.
Do we want to? I mean, does it hurt anything to send one of you fire-resistant people through that fire? Just to see what's on the other end? Okay. I don't know how it works.
We take half damage, not no damage.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I could set myself on fire, and then we could go through that door.
Character, yeah. Oh, that's true. You can do that. The like investiture of flame, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, that's a hell of a spell level investment for not going up a tunnel.
I mean,
Well, it's up to you guys.
I'll go back up the tunnel.
I'll volunteer, Captain, if you want me to. But I'm just saying, we do have a dumbwaiter.
I think the dumbwaiter is the way to go at this point.
Okay.
So what's the next plan here?
Zook will go up first. Since he can get up the easiest, he'll go up first.
Okay.
And then sort of stand guard to make sure that nobody tries to... Because I imagine it'd be awkward if someone attacked them while they were wiggling their way out of the top of that thing.
Stand guard where?
Basically just by the dumbwaiter door.
Okay, here. So, is anybody not going to go up the dumbwaiter shaft? Is it safe for me to load the reception hall back up?
Yeah.
I got a non-committal moan from Arik.
Arik, if you need to, I can just cast fly, and then you can very awkwardly fly up it.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Let's
Zook, go ahead and
my way up.
where are you standing guard?
Just like literally on the other side of the dumbwaiter door.
Go ahead.
Just like right
there?
here.
Okay, this door open or closed?
I would have closed it behind me as I was coming through.
Okay.
I'll come up next. I'm just wearing clothes.
Okay. And climbing up, I mean, it literally you push your back up against the wall and you can use your muscles in your arm, and it's slow going coming up the shaft. You feel like you're climbing up maybe 20 or 30 feet. By the time you get to the top, you're very sore, very tired, but, I mean, kind of dirty from the walls, but you managed to get up. You wouldn't want to do that repeatedly, but...
I'll come up.
I cast Prestidigitation to clean the dirt off my clothes.
Yeah, you're fine. An Orphan comes up behind, and like I explained or described to Zook the first time, you've got this table here that Orphan's doing something horrible to Eldove on this table. I don't know what's going on here.
I was just like, hey, Orphan, check out this breakdance move.
So this table here has the silver platter, the crystal glasses, the decanter of wine, and you've got shelves over here covered with utensils, platters, and whatnot, and all the platters have those monster faces that are very, very plain to see on the sides. So
since there's actually wine up here, this was a dumbass thing that I was thinking down there, but I'll just actually say it, is during the 30 minutes that I had free, I cast an Unseen Servant who was bringing bread around, and I mean, you want me to pour this wine? I could pour some wine with him.
So everybody can go ahead and put themselves up in the little serving room here. If you climbed up, Fred came up behind.
Basically, you give me an hour where I don't need to rest. I'm going to cast a bunch of dumbass rituals.
Oh, Eldove, please cast Prestidigitation on me. I'm all dirty.
Oh, Arik, I would love nothing more.
Here, hold on, everybody. I do this.
Khalil's crowd surfing.
There. What next?
And Zook will kind of say, I mean, he'll say,
Fred, you're huge.
Zook will say, in case you guys couldn't tell through the Silver Eye, I was invisible last time I came through here, so I don't know what's going to happen if all of us just bumfuck in there.
Well, at least it'll be all of us, and not just one of us.
Exactly.
I'm sure it'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen?
All right, somebody meet Shieldy, go on out.
Tarin is not a meat shield.
Actually, he is.
Oh, he kind of is.
Yeah.
Tarin goes out into the hall?
Yeah.
Got
I'll
the
wait for all
silver and
others
gold
to go.
tile floor. You got the heavy curtain, which from this side just looks like a red cloth with heavy velvet ropes at either side. You've got the 4 horrible, monstrous-looking, 9-foot tall humanoid statues.
Is the embroidery on the curtain on this side, or is it on the flip side?
It was on the flip side.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm not accosted, I'll just move into the middle of the room.
I'm
No,
gonna
nothing's
hang back
stopping.
and see if what happens to all these other people as they go in the room.
Well, go investigate this curtain that I've heard described through Khalil, but for myself.
Okay. How do you go through the curtain? Do you
Is it
draw it
open on
open?
one
Do
end
you
where
climb
Zook
under
went
it?
through or not?
No, Zook pulled it aside just long enough, just far enough for him to crawl through, so it's still
Oh.
closed.
Well, I'll pull this corner to the side and step in.
Okay. And you step in and you see the throne, the 2 golden braziers on either side.
Are
And
they
you look
lit?
up and you see the embroidery behind you. Yes, actually, you see fires. Give me 1 second, because they are weird colors. Yeah, looking at the brazier from here, you see golden flames, one in each, sitting in each of the braziers.
Hey, Eldove, this looks like more of your blood.
How did
Come
Eldove go
over.
through the curtain?
I just kind of pushed my way through.
So you crawled under it?
Yeah.
Okay. You walk in and you see the brazier.
How heavy is this curtain?
It's pretty heavy, but it's not so heavy you can't lift it up and get under it.
Yeah.
And the braziers are unlit. Khalil, how did you go through the curtain?
Same way that Tarin did on the far side, just slip through.
Okay, and you see the braziers are unlit.
I'll look to Destil and I'll say, "What is it?"
Do you not see them? Maybe the non-lit braziers are an illusion, and there's actually fire there.
That's a
As
weird
far
way
as
of
I can
having
see,
it.
there's no fire anywhere. And
Zook
trust
will-
me, I know from fire.
That's not. What
Yeah,
is
I'm
it?
seeing
Yeah.
golden flames.
That
I think
does
maybe-
sound right up my alley.
They might be invisible golden flame. I don't know why you would do that to flame ever, Eldove. I'm sorry.
I gotta be honest, invisible golden flames also sounds kind of up my alley.
Are they producing heat, Captain?
Put my hand out towards one.
Very hot.
Yes.
I have not gone through
In
the
fact,
curtain
getting
yet.
close to the brazier, looking in, you see a pile of dust that's burning in the bottom of it.
If I
Golden
get
dust.
close, is it hot?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll be like, okay, the flame is there. I feel the heat. I just can't see it.
Can you guys see the light from the fire?
No.
Nope.
The room is lit by a regular torchlight, which means this section of the room is a little bit darker because the curtain is drawn. But the cracks in the curtain on either side and underneath the torchlight are poking through.
Orphan finally joins the others.
Yeah,
Nothing as bad as
so
happened.
does Arik.
And as soon as Orphan and Arik come in under the curtain, you hear a loud booming voice saying, "Very well, I'll be down in a moment."
Should we wait here?
Yeah, why not?
Seems reasonable.
All right.
We haven't broken any of the rules yet. Haven't stolen anything.
Zook really wants to sit on that throne.
It's
Zook?
That's a
Unless-
golden throne with invisible golden fire. That sounds like a throne Eldove would sit on.
Oh
You're right.
yeah.
Eldove
If
totally
there
wants-
hadn't been any voice, I would have sat in that throne.
Eldove really wants to sit in that throne.
And after
Unless
30 or
they're
40
bright.
seconds, a figure materializes sitting in the throne of the old Crone that's embroidered on the curtain behind you. And she looks very impatient, and she looks old beyond years. Squat, kind of roundish figure, ancient beyond words. She's got just scraggly hair poking out of parts of her skull. Unbelievably sharp and long fingernails that she's kind of tapping impatiently as she's sitting in the throne. And she looks around the room at each of you. She's dressed in these multicolored robes. And in her other hand, she's clutching a broomstick. She's looking around the room at each of you. She's got this very, very unfriendly look on her face. She says, "Make it quick," she says to nobody in particular.
Look at Tarin, the one who usually he's ostensibly the leader of this nonsense. So
He's the
Well,
lawyer.
We shove him out in front.
yeah,
We're travelers from many worlds, and we were curious about a place apparently that allows people
She
to
interrupts
travel.
you in the corner, the fat one. She's looking over at Arik.
Eric's fat.
It's not
She
bad.
says, draw open the curtain, let in the light, so that I may see you better.
Eric gives her the stink eye.
You give her the stink eye?
Yeah. But he
Oh, you're gonna
complies.
get a mind like do it, Eric.
Do
Very
it.
sad.
No, he's doing it. Just with the stink eye.
Do you open the curtain?
Yeah.
As the curtain's being drawn and the torchlight enters
Bad
the room, she says, the rest of you should watch your friend. He has bad manners. I may turn him into a toad. Would you like that? A warty, fat toad?
No, ma'am.
Oh, she's talking to Arik.
Oh.
No, ma'am.
And once the curtain is totally open, a little bit of illumination in here. And again, she's looking at the congregation of upstart adventurers standing before her. She says, go on, I don't have all day. Travelers from many worlds, I'm very impressed.
We had heard about this place as being a possible nexus or mode of travel between worlds, and we came to investigate it for that reason.
Then your travel was for naught. This place is my home. I live here.
Do you ever allow others through?
Khalil and Eldove,
Yo,
make a perception check, DC 25.
perception.
And the crone looks over at Orphan and nods and says, yes, from time to time I do. Let me know what those perception checks come up as.
That's
12.
12,
Eight.
not good enough.
18 or better for me.
Oh, 13, actually. Ooh.
How'd you do, Khalil?
18 or better on this die will be a pass. Nope.
Nope, okay. Yeah, she tells Orphan, yes, from time to time I do.
The bones outside of the hut in Trennis told us that we would be welcome if we were seeking knowledge.
She throws up her hands in impatience. Says, Trennis, what is this place, Trennis, that you speak of? Stop talking in riddles and speak plainly, man.
The trines...
Actually, believe it or not, that was pretty plain for him.
Just the world that we came from. Well, not originally. The world that some of us came from and other of us visited and are now
And
coming
here we
from.
go.
The place with the skulls and the hut.
And
that's
the
pretty
closet. It was a closet, right, Khalil?
Yes.
And that's a demon or a devil?
Silver iron.
Khalil doesn't know. Some manner of
No
fiend.
idea. Yeah.
So she says,
I
and
think
now that you
Khalil
know
knows
that
what-
what you seek is not in this place, you'll be leaving, yes?
But you just said you sometimes let people through, correct?
Where is it you're going? And Tarin, perception check, DC 25.
I literally can't make that.
Literally can't make that. Okay, don't
You
bother
can get a
rolling
20.
it then.
I mean, I don't think skill checks are automatic success, so...
No, they're not. So she says it depends on where you're going.
I don't know the name for the place that I'm from, to be completely honest.
The astral plane would be a good waypoint.
Yeah, that could work.
Wait. Is that the one with the horrible tentacle creatures?
No. Sometimes.
Okay.
Parts of it.
What?
It's
What?
one that connects to most of
I don't
the
have time for any of this chitter chatter. The guest rooms are open if you'd like to stay. And then she vanishes.
Guest rooms. Wait, where are the guest rooms?
Where are the guest room? Okay.
She's kind of rude.
Orphan, Zook, both of you rolled perception checks, DC 15.
Okay.
I don't know. She gave us guest rooms. That's nice.
but we don't know where they're at. That's the.
And Eldove looks over at you, and I have been meaning to say, I can't be a lot of jam.
All right, I got a 1 on mine. No, it's 7.
Orphan failed. How did you do, Zook?
Yeah.
I can't fail it.
You can't fail it?
Yeah, perception is a learned skill, so I got 17 plus. I got 22 perception, no matter what.
Zook, after the very rude and abrupt conversation comes to an end, you feel a pain in your back that wasn't there a moment ago, and it doesn't seem like anything caused it. And you twist around and kind of get comfortable again, kind of crack your back a little bit. You feel older than you were just a minute ago.
Rickard.
Yes.
If this also did, I know I failed my perception check to realize it's happening, but if it happened to Orphan, it didn't happen.
Oh yeah, freaking monks.
Monks are immune to magical aging.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Okay. And Zook will kind of say, "Guys, something just happened to me.
What?
Are you alright?
I don't know. I just feel older."
Everyone looking at Zook can make another perception. DC
I'm
20.
actually going to look at Eldove
Alright.
when he says that.
I got a 20 on that one.
What the hell kind of throw was that?
9.
20.
16.
And yeah,
5.
it's difficult to tell. Very difficult. But now that he mentioned it, you're looking at him, you see age in Zook's face that wasn't there before. A couple of extra gray hairs, a wrinkle or two that he didn't have before.
The hell?
He doesn't look like he's not an old grandpa gnome or anything, but he looks like a few years have passed.
The hell?
Huh.
That's
I
weird.
don't-
Strange.
I don't like this place. Does anyone else look different?
No.
I'll look around at the others, peering at each of them in turn.
Everyone else looks about the same.
Arik goes over to Zook and just starts prodding his face a little bit.
Boom.
Yeah, no, you definitely look older.
Thanks.
Just like Eldove, huh?
Not quite.
Well, not-
Eldove looked much older after his mishap. Zook
Also,
doesn't
I'm
look that mature yet.
Also, I'm a gnome, so 10 years on me would just be a little bit more seasoning.
Alright, Grandpa, whatever you say.
Hey, I was older than you when this battle began.
So now what?
Also, he had the sense to not enter competition for children and lose.
Damn! Hashtag shots fired. Now what?
Hashtag shots fired, like Khalil actually says that shit.
Well, shall we
The
go and
fuck's a
try and find
hashtag?
these guest rooms?
Well, there's the infinite staircase. Maybe Tarin can give us a clue on that.
Sure. So it was icy and
I'm gonna run down the list
Slick-
real quick. Don't state in action. Just give me your intention for the next couple minutes. Orphan,
Gonna go look at the walls of the staircase.
look at the walls of the staircase. Eric,
Curious about the statues in this one.
gonna examine the statues. Khalil,
Going with Tarin and Zook to the staircase.
okay. Zook's going to the staircase. Tarin's going to the staircase. Eldove,
Actually, I want to
There
ask.
was. What was back in this room?
back room number one.
serving room.
Yeah.
Serving table with the platters, the shelves full of stuff, and the decanter of wine and the crystal glasses.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna go
ask.
pour myself some wine.
I'm gonna ask Arik to take a look at my back, since I felt this pain in my back when that oldness struck me.
I'm a little
Sure.
thirsty after that bread.
Sure, I can do that.
And it doesn't look like there's any. When you look at the back, it doesn't look like he's injured or anything. It just looks like he's not standing quite as straight as he was.
It's old creaky
I was to say,
arthritic.
should I
ouch.
roll medicine to figure out? Okay.
Eldove, you go in, and Fred's right behind you. Yeah, he had the same idea you did. You take the decanter and pour yourself out some wine.
I drink the wine.
Tastes wonderful. Very strong. And when Fred
I hand
watches
it to-
and sees nothing
hand it to
awful
Fred.
happens to you, he takes it and he drinks as well.
I clink my glass with Fred's.
And he
Yeah,
holds
I
it
mean-
out and expects more. And as you're pouring out the wine, you notice the decanter does not empty.
Oh, that's rad.
Oh, You have infinite wine and you're not sharing it with
You're not
Eric?
there.
Oh my god.
You're
I know.
You're
I know.
You're picking
I
fleas
know.
off Zook's back
On
with
the
a
other
silverback
hand,
gorilla.
however, once he finds out that this has infinite wine, he goes, Eric, there's something in here you'd like.
So you hear slightly slurred from room number 1. Eric, there's something in here you'd like.
That's not good enough. I'm keep investigating these statues.
So you're investigating
Wait,
the statues.
slurred? How strong is this wine? I had one glass.
It's pretty strong. Yeah, so like I explained to Zook earlier, looks like it hardened clay, hardened to stone, reddish brown in color. About between 8 and 9 feet tall, monstrous humanoid figure. Not a lot of detail. They're not very ornamental. They're not nice to look at. But on careful examination, you see thousands and thousands of slivers of glass, which look to be mirrored on one side.
Don't look directly into those things. Remember what the warning said.
It's impossible to not... I mean, there's nothing really to look into, because there's slivers of the glass, but it's not
Okay.
a full mirror anymore.
You're not going to get a full image in them.
How much wine do you drink, Eldove?
I had one glass.
You had one? Okay. Fred had 2.
I'm not an alcoholic, like... I'm just an enabler.
Just an enabler. So, Orphan, Tarin, and Khalil.
Hey.
Okay.
You open up the black iron door.
Yep.
You see the icy staircase going up.
Yep.
Looks
Look
the
up
same
the,
to Tarin.
What are the walls of it? Is the whole room made of ice, or
Yeah, the walls are slick with
cover.
ice. There is no center wall. It's just a pit going down where the chilly air comes up out of. The stairs are very slick indeed. And yeah, Tarin,
Okay.
you're seeing it too.
All right,
It's all
I'm
there.
going to cast Fly on myself, on see who else is with me, on Zook and on Khalil, and then I'll fly up the shaft a few floors,
How high?
about three or four floors.
You go up 3 or 4 landings, and you're 3 or 4 landings up now.
I'll yell down to them. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, they can.
Yeah?
yeah?
I'll just keep going up. Another 4 or 5.
I'm
How
going to
far?
stay here at the base,
Okay.
where we start. I'm
I'm
going to
gonna
watch
go
him
up.
flying up.
I'm gonna fly up 5 stairways at a time, 5 landings at a time. Yell down, "Can you still hear me?" until they can no longer still hear me, and checking over the mind link each time I do that.
Well, it only works to 30 feet.
Yeah, you're out of mind link distance almost immediately.
No, he's
No,
not,
Raries.
because he has Raries.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
Raries.
After a couple
Tarin vision.
repetitions of this, he's out of regular conversational range. He can still shout to you. It takes a lot longer before he's out of shouting range, but he never leaves telepathy range.
Tarin vision.
And you click
But
the Tarin
I-
vision,
I-
and you're seeing, from your point of view, looking down, you just see the stairs stretching away in both directions.
I'll fly up for about 2 or 3 minutes, and at that point, if I haven't seen any, there's been no distinct, like, none of these landings look any different than any others, right?
No, they all are just covered in ice. Other than that, identical.
I'll drop straight down until I'm next to that one, and then hover again.
Duke, while this is happening, will hand an end of rope. Khalil, you said you're staying on the ground.
Yeah.
He's going to hand an end of 50-foot rope to Khalil, and he's actually
Uh-huh.
going to try going down the shaft.
Go down the shafts.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll hold on to that end of the rope.
Okay.
You said it was cold. Like, I don't want to go down too far that it's dangerous, but like, what do I see? Since there's no stairs, is it just a shaft going straight down?
How far down do you go?
I mean, I'll go down slowly, so like 5 feet at a time.
Now, there's no stairs going down the pit in the center.
Right, he casts fly on me, so I'm going down with fly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Zook has fly on him.
Yeah, you go down, and eventually you realize that you're coming closer and closer in on one of these panes of nothing that you've been seeing in between doorways of this place, down beneath you. That's about 100 feet down below.
Okay. And I fly back up and probably get there about the same time Tarin's coming back down. And I tell him, hey, it looks like there's one of those dark portal things down there.
No stairway to get down there.
What's going
And
on
around
over here in
this
room
time-
number 1?
So there's nothing else in the room besides the wine glass?
What do you search?
Well, what's in the room besides the wine glass?
There's a table, there's shelves full of stuff.
I guess I'll look through the shelves.
Okay, roll an investigation check.
Right. Sorry, I don't know what to search unless I know what's there to search.
I know, but I described the room 8 times.
Yeah,
Over
I
and over
forget
and over
things,
again.
though.
I do too.
I forget things.
I'm more forgetful than you are. I'm so forgetful, I forgot how this conversation started.
That's a 20.
20. You move around some of the serving trays, and underneath one of them you find a folded up piece of parchment.
Oh, cool. I'll open it up.
Open it up. It's written in...
Explosive runes.
Yeah, you explode. You're dead now. Zook taught you Gnomish, didn't he? He did.
I did. Didn't I?
Yeah, it's written in Gnomish.
Either way, I have comprehend languages up.
I just checked his character sheet. He actually knows Gnomish. Yeah. It says, the recipe for black pudding is 7 measures of oatmeal, 2 pounds of meat, and 3 onions. Questrix.
That sounds like some puzzle shit. I'll put that in my pocket and walk into the other room.
Okay. Make sure you make a note of that, because I don't want to scroll back up to the...
Okay, in that case, you're going to need to say that again. Or someone else.
Let me see if I can paste it into the stream chat. Do you have a stream chat open?
Yes.
There we go. I'll just paste it into the stream chat. That way the chat can keep up with the clues as we go, too. The recipe for black pudding is 7 measures of oatmeal, 2 pounds of meat, and 3 onions. Questrix. So you can cut-paste that out of the Twitch chat onto wherever you're keeping notes. And by the way, you guys do need to be keeping notes about shit in this place.
Yeah.
Should we open up a page in the party that's just notes?
Actually, yeah. Why don't you just put it at the bottom?
I mean,
Put a little
Destil
header.
has his like Flumph notes, but I can't. They're not like group editable.
Here, I put it in the bottom of this. There you go.
I see
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So yeah, you find that piece of parchment folded up in half. Make a Wiz 10.
You got it. Also, I'm gonna look over at Fred and see if he's getting fucking wasted.
No, he
And
had
if
2
so, I'm
glasses
gonna
of
take
wine
the
and he
glass
stopped.
Alright, cool. That's fine. Yeah, I pass.
You've heard the name Questrix before, but you're not sure exactly where.
Time out forever was right now. I thought it was black, white, red. It was the 3 knights.
Yeah. The 3 knights
And
were black, white, and red, and the orbs in the Crone's hands, the 3 glowing balls she was holding, were also black, white, and red.
I'll say over the mind link to everyone. I'll read out the note. I'll say, "Hey, I found a note," and then I'll say, "Has anyone heard the name Questrix before?"
No.
Everybody can make a Wiz 10. You all were there.
Not immediately to mind.
Isn't Questrix the gnome that disappeared because he studied magic gnomes don't like?
Yes, he was.
I didn't have to bring open my notes to get that.
Yep.
I got
Zilbus mentioned him to the mayor of the gnome village you guys were in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I passed that, so I remember.
So everybody who passed that remembers the name Questrix.
I passed.
Nope. No clue.
And
Well, you were busy going looking for jam at the time, so
Oh, okay.
that's why you're.
Eldove passed, but I didn't give it to him because Eldove's too self-absorbed. I just told him he knew that he's heard the name. He's sure. That's all I got.
if I haven't traded with them, I don't remember their name.
Right. But yeah, you're holding the clue in your hand.
I will just, fold it up, put it in my pocket.
Okay.
You got a clue.
Back over here in the shaft. We're lowering Zook down into the hole.
Well,
Zook
I
can
just,
fly,
I just,
man.
I flew
Just
back
flew down?
up and mentioned it to Tarin, and I basically will say, "You want me to investigate it?"
You've got about 5 minutes left on the fly.
All right, turn on the Khalil. Keep an eye on me.
All right. Zuko vision.
And Zook is chuckling as he goes back down the hole.
Okay.
God, I want to punch him.
Zook,
Yes.
you find balloons.
Excuse me.
Let me save this real quick.
Are you chuckling through the mind link? Do we
Yes.
all just hear in our minds?
Zook,
So many maps.
you come down through the ceiling of this room, and you find yourself... You see some balloons floating here. Now, this room here, huge room, dominated by the raised dais over on the north end of the room, has a reclining easy chair sitting in the center of it, with black leather upholstery. It looks extremely comfortable, very well kept. Covering the upholstery, you see white and silver stars. They're set in there like studs, They're actual literal metal silver stars set into the leather like studs. Not in the seat or the back, that would be uncomfortable, but the rest of it, the armrests, the back, the sides. Over the top of the chair is a huge dome ceiling. It looks like it's 10 feet higher than the rest of the room. So huge circular dome in this area here. Along the side of the room, these 8 circles. Oh, that needs to be locked. Why was that not locked? Lock, damn you. These are the spheres illuminating the room with a silvery light. No torches in the walls of this room.
And planet Earth in the corner?
They all float down here.
You can't see that corner because there's a wall in between you and there.
When
Where you are,
oh, good.
though, you come down the floor, there are just 3 helium-filled balloons, and they're tied to a silver ring that's set into the floor.
What color are the balloons?
They are multicolored, actually. Each one is painted like a map, like a globe, with continents, oceans, but they don't look familiar to you.
When I come down into this room, like, I'm coming down through the ceiling?
You do, and when you look up, you don't even see a hole anymore. You just see the solid ceiling above you.
Now, I came down holding a rope that Khalil was holding the other end of. So what happens
Oh,
when
it's
I come...
only about 100 feet, so...
There was only 100 feet of rope, so it
Shit,
didn't
that's right.
go all the way.
Okay, so never mind. So I don't go back down with the rope, because I know that's not going to work. All right,
I mean,
so
the rope right now is just dangling down into the pit.
And I don't see the... But I do see where the rope's coming up.
No, you see the ceiling above you.
If I fly back up...
Bang your head on the ceiling.
Well, I was going to go with ramming speed, but yes. Okay, so I live here now.
Yep.
Can he still talk to us? Does he have a different plane of existence?
Yeah, and that's the thing, and that's why that's the
Yeah, he
first
can
thing I
still
tried.
talk to you. Yeah, you guys still have your...
Khalil's all just like, oh, fuck.
Well, actually, let me double check. I might be wrong about that.
Yo, guys, this is a crazy hut, man.
You actually cannot. You cannot...
Oh.
No
so
telepathy
I get
between
static,
Zook and the
so
rest of you.
I get static on Zuko vision?
No, you see Zuko vision, but the telepathy doesn't function. The
All
Zuko
right,
vision is working, the telepathy is not.
So he's still in the same plane, but something's inhibiting the telepathy.
Alright, so Zook will go... And you said these balloons are tied... So they're helium, or they're floating balloons, at least.
Yeah.
They're flying, but they're tied down to something on the ground.
Yeah, they have ribbons coming off of them. Each one is painted like a globe, and they're tied into a silver ring that's set into the ground. Just like a hook. That it's not something you could pick up. You can't pick the ring up. It's set down into the ground. But they're all tied there, just with what look like paper ribbons.
Alright, and that's pretty much where I come down, it's about here.
Yep.
Alright, well, now that I know I'm alone, I gotta figure out a way to get back, so... First thing I want to do is fly around this corner.
And come over here, you see a giant, beautiful globe. And looking at it, the side facing you, you don't recognize the continents or the ocean on it, but there's like a ring around it. Like if you were to have a sphere and then carve out a bowl on the top of the sphere. And it takes you a few seconds, but you realize what you're looking at are the 3 trines of Trennis. On one, you have a wall of fire, next a wall of stone, and around the other side, a wall of ice. But in the center of the 3 rings, where you would expect to see just the large ocean that you've crisscrossed with the 3 trines that you've traveled upon, instead you see a large ocean with continents amidst them. That's at the side of the globe you're facing.
Huh. That's interesting.
Could I just time out for a second? Can I link my Zuko vision up to the telepathic bond so that everybody can get this?
No.
Oh.
So you gotta keep describing what you're seeing.
Yeah.
I don't see any doors in this room.
You do not.
Alright, well, Zook's gonna come up here and take a closer look at the easy chair.
Okay. And it's just like I described. It looks a little big for you. It's made for somebody bigger than you, but you could get comfortable in it.
Human size, though.
Mm-hmm.
Zook sits down in the chair.
Sit down in the chair? How so?
Yeah. Just sort of sits on it for a second to take in the whole room and figure out what the hell he's gonna do next.
Can't sit in the chair and face the room. The chair faces the back of the dome, or the
What?
back of the wall
That's-
here.
All right. Well then, just out of curiosity, Zook sits in the chair.
How so? Just put your butt on the edge of it.
Well, you said it's a domed roof over it.
Yeah, up above you is a domed roof. It looks like the chair would recline if you leaned back.
All right. Zook will take in the.
Constellations.
Yeah, he's gonna take it in.
And as soon as you lean back, you hear a click in the chair.
I'm sure I do.
And looking above you, you see a crack appear in the center of the dome. And the dome starts to open very slowly.
Okay.
How long do you stay here?
If I once I see the dome start to open up, if I hop up, does it stop?
If you hop off the chair?
Yeah.
You hop off the chair, and yes, the chair clicks back, and the dome closes. And when the two sides meet, you hear a crash as they seam back together, and you no longer can see the crack running down the middle.
How much time do I have left on fly? Do I have any time left on fly?
It was 10 minutes, so we'll give you a couple more minutes.
All right.
What is it you want to do?
I want to sit down on this thing
Okay.
and see if the dome opens all the way up and stops. And do I see like light or anything as it starts to crack open, or what?
You're looking off into space. You see the glory of the cosmos. You see stars, galaxies, the Milky Way.
Just missed.
And if you lay there long enough, eventually the whole dome retracts, and the dais actually comes up out of the floor, and you look closer to it, and you're just looking into the infinity of the heavens. It's a wonderful sight.
What is Tarin Day when I describe that?
Tarin gets a boner.
We're also building one of those back in the end.
If once the dome's completely open,
Mm-hmm.
if I just stand up out of the chair, does it slam shut again?
It starts closing very slowly, but standing up out of the chair proves difficult, because as soon as your butt comes up out of the seat and the chair comes back, you realize there's no gravity anymore. And you're drifting very slowly away from the chair. You also realize it's impossible to breathe. All the air in the room has been sucked out. So you need to make a saving throw.
Oh shit!
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's okay. Hopefully fine.
Does he still have fly?
Yeah, I do still
does.
fly.
We're so not building one of these in the end.
No, that seems like it's even better.
It's a 17 dex throw.
17.
Yeah.
You wildly, as you realize what's happening, you try to spin around and grab the chair, try to move back to it, but you're weightless. You're floating up and out of the dome. So you do have a couple minutes of fly. What's your next move?
I fly my happy ass back down.
You fly back down to the chair,
Yeah, and I grab onto it.
and as soon as you put your butt back in place, you realize gravity's pulling you towards the chair. There's air to breathe again. Everything is fine. There's no more, like, the cold of the vacuum of space is no longer engulfing you. And the dome, as you lean back, stops closing and starts opening again until it's fully retracted.
Well, no, I'm going to hang on to the chair, but get out of the seat of it. Basically, kind of shimmy down to the leg of the chair.
Well, you just have to lean forward if you want to close the dome.
Okay, I lean forward.
Yeah, there you go. You lean forward, you hear the click, and you're sitting in the chair. The dome comes back and closes. And it takes a while. It takes about 40 seconds to go all the way closed again. And you hear the crash when it comes to. And now you're clinging to the chair for dear life with your butt in the seat.
I don't know why Zook's freaking out about that. I mean, yeah, because I can't tell that he can't breathe, right?
No.
All I can do is see what he is seeing. So I just see him scrambling for the seat, and I'm just like, wow, wow.
Khalil just thinks Zook's having a bad trip. Okay, I do
Yeah.
not like that thing. I'm gonna come over and look at these balloons, I guess.
Okay. And when you leave the chair, you realize that the room again has gravity, warmth, and air.
Okay. So that chair has the vacuum of space in it. That's fine. That's fine. All right.
Right, the litany at the vacuum of space.
So I go over to the balloons and look at those.
And they're exquisitely painted, each one with a globe of a world you don't recognize. Tied to a paper ribbon, leading down to a silver ring in the floor.
Yeah, let's leave that alone. And you said each one of these is a what is this? You said it's not torchlight, but it's something else.
It's a silver sphere set high up on the wall, giving off illumination. So the room is illuminated with this calming silver light. But no, there's no torches, no fire in here.
And the walls are just appear to be blank. Is that right? I basically want to start looking for doors.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
Oh, Lord. Oh, that's actually pretty good. That is a... What's my bonus? 20.
20?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, call evens or odds.
Odds.
Okay. You do indeed find a secret door
Yay!
in the wall right here, leading into the south wall. So, here-ish.
Is it the same kind of mechanism we've been seeing? The push, then it opens kind of thing?
Yep.
I'm sorry, you cut out. Yes?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah, I want to try that.
Push and open it,
Yeah.
and opens into a staircase leading down.
Balance.
I'm gonna... Did that you let that roll count for checking all the walls, or is that...
Just for that one particular pot.
Do you go back and check the walls again?
Yeah, just I wanted to see if I have any other options before
Where at? Where do you check?
This wall over here first.
Okay, roll it.
Okay. Well, that'll become a 14.
You see the beautiful spheres on the walls.
All right, and then just go ahead and check this other wall just for good measure. That'll be a 22.
No, don't see anything out of the ordinary.
All right, well then my next move is going to be going down these stairs.
Go down the stairs.
Do you guys think that we should go join him?
I mean, I'm ready to jump down there if something happens, but until then, I'm just kind of standing at the edge of the icy doorway, listening to the report. I have my sword out. I'm ready to jump and cast fly and jump down.
I don't think we should.
Eldove's getting bored.
You come down here.
He's contemplating jumping down there.
You see a hallway that turns around, goes up a set of stairs the other side, leading to the other side of a... I think I just locked you in place. There you go. You're good now.
Okay.
Leading to another door.
Does that door, in fact, open into this room?
And when you open it up, it does indeed.
Okay, so it's just two rooms to the same thing. But there was a door down here?
Yes, but this one is locked with heavy chains.
Heavy chains. Is there like a lock on it, or just chains to nothing?
No, you could pick it if you want.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll pick it.
Okay.
It's in my
Roll it.
element now.
Oh god.
You know what?
Your element, huh?
Lucky die. Yeah, I'm in my element. I got lucky dies, yo.
You know, that's still probably like enough to prick most locks anyway, even on the one.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I probably could have. So that's 6 becomes 10. I mean, it's both of these become 10.
Both become 10.
Which becomes it's my dex plus my proficiency again. So yeah, it's I get my So I get my dex and my proficiency twice. So yeah, it's like 25.
Sounds good. Roll me a charisma saving throw, DC 21.
That I'm less good at. This is gonna light me up. Actually, I don't think I can make that. I can, but I didn't.
Missed it?
I missed it.
You get your hands on the lock. You put the tools to work up there. And you start picking it, and you feel you're about to crack it when suddenly you're just overwhelmed with this sense of, what am I even doing? There's no reason to open this door. In fact, there's no reason to do much of anything. And you look around and you realize where you are and what you've done to get here, and that there's no way back, and everything just seems so hopeless. And it's all you can do to keep from just hunkering down on the floor with your head in your hands. but you don't even have the will to move at this point. It's all over. You're going to
Something's
die in
wrong
this
with
place. You poked your head in where you didn't belong. You were asked to go to the guest rooms and you didn't, and you just overwhelmed with this sense of hopelessness that
I was just looking for the guest rooms. I thought they were down here, man.
and you get this feeling that if your friends don't find you and take you out of this place, you're gonna die here. So the rest of you upstairs, Eldove, you said you were done.
We have a problem.
You were done waiting.
Eldove's foot is tapping. He's just like,
Khalil, looking through the eye, you
Okay,
see
Sonic
Zook start to
the
work
Hedgehog.
on the lock, and you see him making some headway. Then he just gives up. He just opens his hands, his tools clatter to the floor, and he just falls over backwards onto his butt, staring at this door. And that's all you're seeing now.
Yeah, turn that off. We have a problem.
oh, thank God.
Okay, so you turn it off, so nobody knows what becomes of Zook for the next few minutes.
I've got another fly. You want to go down?
Yes.
You probably have the wingspan for that, though, don't you?
How big is this?
No, he doesn't. 5 foot square.
Oof. Sorry, I got your hopes up.
He'd have the wingspan to fly around inside this room once he got down here.
Yeah, so he can drop and then open his wings.
Sounds great.
Let's see. Orphan can fall safely. I can fly 3 people. Each of those people can be carrying their max load, so I think between me and Khalil, we can carry one other person. I think that gets all of us down there.
But Fred,
Okay, great.
Are you remembering Fred?
Yeah, Fred's the person we'll be carrying, I think.
Okay. Go ahead and expend whatever slots you guys have to do to make that happen.
Yeah,
Is
that
anybody
sound good to
staying?
everyone?
Is anybody staying behind?
I'm not staying
No.
behind. I hop onto Tarin. Let's go.
So Arik, Tarin, and Khalil get fly. We grab Fred, and then it's time to drop.
Okay.
Yep.
And you all
I can fly.
should have standees. Yeah, you've all got standees down there. In fact, you got
Believe I
2 of each, it
can.
looks like. How did that happen? Oh my god. This persistence doesn't work properly. But yeah, balloons down here in the observatory.
It's all
So
the dancing hut,
once
man.
we land,
It's all the
I've
dancing
seen
hut.
I've seen Zook paw through this door, so I
Yes.
immediately know where he is. So I
And when you go down the stairs, Zook is just sitting on the floor, just this look of exasperation on his face. And when he looks up at you, Zook, you see Khalil, and you realize my friends aren't going to be able to help me out of this. They're just all going to die here with me. It's
guys,
totally
why-
hopeless.
Why did you come down here? I was trapped, but it was just me, and now it's you, and now we're all gonna die. What? Why?
Hey!
Hey,
What?
buddy.
Breathe!
What?
Breathe!
Okay.
Breathe!
Detect
Hold,
magic.
hold me
Detect magic where? On what?
Khalil
at Zook.
hugs
on
Zook.
Zook.
On Zook?
Yes. Is there any enchantments in particular on him?
You see his magic items he is carrying, and yes, he's under some kind of enchantment.
It's an enchantment. Don't know the specifics. Hey, Arik.
Hey, Cleric.
What's
Yes,
the
Captain.
point? What's the point? We're all
Was
gonna
Arik
die.
watching when Khalil went through that door? Does Arik even know about the secret door mechanism?
Oh, yeah, you would see other people go through it.
So he was
Yeah.
watching? Okay. Was Orphan watching? Because I noticed Orphan went straight to
It's a
the
good
silver
question.
spheres.
I'm gonna flip a coin, see if you notice it.
Well, was Khalil when he was given the play-by-play? Did he
No,
say
she was-
mechanism?
She was not watching. She
And
was
her,
intent
and
on
her
looking at
passive
something.
perception is awful. So yeah, Arik disappears through the door, and Orphan, you find yourself alone in this room.
What?
Arik, you are now
Yes.
upstairs.
Yeah.
All is meaningless. All is blackness.
Oh my god, he's turning into freaking emo now.
I hurt myself today.
No!
I'm
Let's
gonna,
see if
Arik,
I
stop
can...
it!
What's
They
going
can
on?
Stop Arik.
I'm gonna point my detect magic at this lock.
The lock itself is, yes, it's radiating magic. There's a magical trap that's in place here.
This is the same school of enchantment that is currently on Zook.
Sure.
This all seems like something Eric can take care of. I'm gonna head back out.
Zook, the longer you sit here, the more and more hopeless your situation becomes, and you realize now that these people around you are part of the problem.
This is your fault.
No,
This
it
is
isn't.
your fault. Why am
You
I
can't-
even here?
Who wants to
Eldove.
come down here?
No, I mean
Eldove comes up
here.
through the wall.
I mean in this
Yeah, what
world. I was a happy forest gnome.
Eldove.
Yeah.
Looking at the backside of the globe, the side that's pointed towards the door, you see the familiar ocean of Trennis, surrounded by the the 3 trines. So once again, the wall of fire, wall of stone, and wall of ice. What you're seeing is the whole globe of it. You see the walls reach across the globe to the other side, where there is a similar habitable zone of an ocean with continents in it. The continents are all inlaid with this gold inlay. And you notice,
damn.
very, very nice looking. But
Almost
most of the globe is taken up by the 3 walls, and there's the 2 bowl-shaped habitable zones, one on each side.
Yeah, I'm not super interested in the walls at the moment. I'm heading over to the other continent, and I'm going to start examining it.
It's not quite as detailed as the sand box that you found in the Wizard's Tower. It's not animated, it's not doing anything funky. But it definitely looks like you're looking at a globe of Trennis, and you're looking at, to you, undiscovered, unexplored continents on the other side of the world. In fact, your conception of thinking of Trennis as a globe is an alien idea in the first place. What was that, Nick?
I wanted to just to make sure I'm understanding this globe right.
Okay.
One side is what we know from the maps of Trennis that we have.
Yes.
And the other side is similar, but with like continents all over the middle of the ocean.
Yes. The ocean runs straight up to the walls, and the continents are in the center.
Okay.
Dude,
All
you
right.
and me, buddy, we're gonna get through this thing.
Zook,
Screw you, man.
Eldove,
We've been through a lot of nonsense.
give me an investigation check. Orphan, you can too if you're inspecting the globe. What are you guys doing
that's
with
what
Zook?
That's
I mean, I have-
what we're to do when
Arik, I have a
when
dispel
Eldove just-
scroll. I could try and dispel it, or you could try
Shut up.
remove curse or something. I'm not. This isn't exactly my area of expertise.
I don't have remove curse ready, but I
you
can
have a
cast
dispel?
dispel
Yeah,
magic.
of course
yeah.
you don't. What good
Okay.
are you?
I smack Zook.
12.
Oh, you want to go?
Zook,
Easy, easy,
he
easy.
smacks you, and you just... It's the sadness overwhelms you. Like, your friends have turned against... And there's no way you can take all of them. Now that they've turned against you, it's just over, and you really might as well end it yourself. So back upstairs.
I got an 18.
Nathan, what'd you get, Eldove?
12.
Orphan, examining one of the continents on the opposite side. Oops, hold on 1 second. One of the ones you see inlaid with gold. And it smells strongly of sap. And it looks like it could be opened.
I'll touch it.
You touch it,
Big-
and it feels like it has the same kind of spring mechanism as the other secret doors you've found so far.
I don't think Orphan's touched any of those, but
Oh.
yeah, I'll press on it.
And it opens up, and looking into the interior of the globe, it's made out of some kind of very expensive-looking, golden-tinted wood. And the interior of the globe is solid, except for what looks like a tiny, like 2-inch-high doorway carved into it that just leads down into the center.
I approve of whoever designed the interior of this building.
So there's a tiny doorway in the middle of the globe.
It looks like a tiny doorway that you've opened by opening up the gold inlaid continent.
How do we get through there? And I'm asking that to Eldove.
It's probably magical. Try poking it.
Orphan's drugs. All right. She pokes it.
Orphan, you put your index finger closer to the door, and you don't feel anything. You don't feel a sensation, but watching your arm, you see it warping through space and get smaller and smaller and smaller the closer you get to the door. And by the time your finger actually enters the door, it's minute.
See, I told you poking it would work.
Where did the others go?
Oh, Zook's
Zook,
enchanted
stop
with some
yelling!
sadness something or
Can I
other.
cast dispel magic on Zook?
You can.
Okay, we'll do that.
What
We'll
level
do
do you
at
cast it as?
4.
4? Give me 1 second.
Zook, roll to save on each one of your magic items.
Okay, you need to make a spellcasting ability check. DC is
I do.
19.
All right, let's see.
That's what I figured.
That's
Symbol
not
of
that bad.
despair.
Ooh.
16 plus... Yeah. Plenty.
Good thing you didn't have to make a religion check.
Jesus
If it was a religion check, then we would have been screwed, and we would have had emo Zook.
You don't bring me from my religion. I know how this works.
That's exactly why we bring you, actually.
So you mutter the prayer to Osprey, even though you know she's not listening in this place. Hold your hand out, holy symbol in one hand, put the other hand on Zook's shoulder, and Zook, suddenly all of the hopelessness, all of the darkness inside your being, all the thoughts of suicide, turn to thoughts of fish. And you feel fine now.
Fish is painless.
Zook has some salted salmon in his bag. He's gonna eat the next time he takes a rest. Holy shit, you guys! What the fuck? This lock? What
There's
just
some
happened?
tremendously powerful magical enchantment on the lock. Probably.
Can you dispel it? I want to break this lock.
Can you disarm magical traps?
I can't.
That was actually the thing I wrote to do out of
Zook Eldove will speak over the bond. Zook, are you done being a bummer?
No, the lock itself was not magical. I mean, it is, because everything here is, but
Yeah.
it was just a trap. And from what you can tell, Tarin, the trap is still there. Yes.
Yeah, the trap is still there.
Get a grip, Zook.
Orphan's gonna try stepping into this glow and telling Eldove, if I'm not back in a couple minutes, tell everyone to come after me.
Do you want to hold on to my hand while you jupe in there?
Do you think that would be a good idea?
I can kind of lift you in there.
Alright, we'll try it.
Alright. I'll grip onto Orphan and
So you just
lower
gotta
her into the thing.
Put your foot up and try to put your foot into the doorway. And easily enough, you step through it, and you tumble out of the massive trunk of a tree that has golden leaves.
Alright.
So, give me 1 second here. We're spread across.
Do you want me to pull you back through?